EP collab, man. Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. Said let's collab. She said okay. We all should play. Hot potato. Whoever got the hottest challenges, it's me, I'm the best. Like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stress it. Got G-O-D on me side, ooh, he blessed me. All the lies they tell it's a vaccine. They're acting it's so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you made the cut then you're part of my team. Just like blowing that pint plus strikes don't cut her. Attracted to the mind but I like mine's hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
Hey, welcome to the channel. The greatest thugs that ever graced YouTube streets are here, myself and James. The link is in the description. Please subscribe to both channels or whoever's channel you want to, or like a video. Anything you do to support us, we definitely appreciate all.
Absolutely.
We do. We are here to go over our weekly Love and HipHop Miami recap and review of season 6, episode 2, which was titled Watch Yourself. Let's just jump into it. Some of these scenes, I'm gonna let y'all know ahead of time. I'm not gonna fully go over just because I don't believe in wasting time on things that are bullshit, foolery, or not real, if that makes sense. So I'm just letting y'all know. Thank you for being here, Mr. Oh So Tender. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jumping into it, first thing we see is Florence Aluce. She's talking to Claudia. James calls her the fake girlfriend because he believes she ain't leaving Marlon and that he's okay with this happening for ratings. And after this episode, I feel the same way. Like
I was just going to say, I called that from the jump. Y'all had to understand something. That lady is goofy. So when you goofy like that and you in a controlling that situation like that, that man ain't he making sure that money come in. Mm-hmm. So of course he's going to agree to some goofy shit like this. Of course he's going to agree to that because that makes sense. He's finna get a check off this and it ain't no other man, so he ain't tripping about it. The men don't think men. Yeah. So I'm glad you finally aboard on this train because I thought I was by myself with this one. Hi, Leona.
Hello, Leona. Leona Sheree, the Capricorn she's a Capricorn. They're fun. She says, I haven't been watching the show. I'm ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Damn.
Don't be ashamed. You ain't missing nothing. You're not missing that. You ain't missing a damn thing. You don't be ashamed.
Shout out to everybody on Facebook. I had someone message me on Facebook asking, there's less videos here. I leave my Facebook videos there and lives for a little bit, and then I delete them because y'all, my job, I ain't got time for that. But you can always find all of the videos on YouTube. They are not deleted. She said, why y'all always got to get serious? What else are we going to do? She thought. Anywho, Flo talks to Claudia, which is her girlfriend, because in the last episode, we saw Eliza Rain lick Claudia's face, smack her on the BBL, all these things, flirting. And I saw Flo getting annoyed. And Claudia says, I'll try and work on that, but I feel like a side chick because Flo is still married. And I'm just like, basically, Claudia expresses her concerns about the wedding or about the marriage. And Flo's response is, well, the divorce is on the back burner right now. Why?
Why is it on the back burner? Please explain. Please expound on that. I need to know. Why is the divorce on the back burner, ma'am? Please explain.
Because most people I know who want to be divorced, like if it's on the back burner because divorce is expensive, they'll keep it real. Like, I can't afford to divorce that nigga, so I moved. Like, oh, all right.
They got payment plans for that shit. Y'all on some bullshit. Y'all can get divorced. Y'all, the problem is, and as I said, this is some fuck shit, and I know fuck shit when I see it. As soon as she pulled up that little girl, I said, oh no, this is some fuck shit. I am not buying this. I'm not buying this. I'm starting to feel like, hell, this is a way to interclide a threesome. Like, I'm starting to feel like that in a minute. Like, I'm serious.
I don't even know. Honestly, with these two, I don't even care because with Flo, it's always some bullshit. Honestly, yeah. I'd say get rid of Flo, bring Gael on as a showman because we'd have entire, she'd argue with the cameraman. I'm trying to tell you. Gael would get into it with the cameraman. But Flo, I just don't buy it all. If you're gonna get divorced, get divorced. Otherwise, stop fucking talking about it. That's how I feel. Moving on, we did see Super Cindy. She's going to be having a Super Cindy Day. I don't know what it is with you Floridians. I'm a California girl, true and through. I was born in Highland. If you know, you know. Shout out to the town. But I'm going to say this. Why do y'all keep having your days and then naming them after yourself? Trina Day, Super Cindy Day. And they all are conveniently about women empowerment. I think it's nice that people in Miami, specifically and Floridians, seem to like to give back, but please come up with more creative names. Y'all reminded me of Homeless Not Toothless. I'm just, it's getting to that point. If you know, you know. Catch our Beverly Hills recap this Thursday.
Please catch it. Please catch it.
That should be fun. Anywho,
Absolutely.
at this event, Amara La Negra, she pulls up because she's butthurt. She's one of those people who can't look bad. You could tell that she just don't want to look bad, which makes her look bad. You know what I'm saying? But she goes up to Super Cindy because she feels like she was ambushed. And when she talks to Super Cindy about it, she says, well, what was I supposed to do? I'm not going to be unprofessional. You know, Trick did what he did. And you did do a live. And so you have to expect interviews like this. She said, I'm still a journalist. I have a job to do. I don't know. Amara does the same bullshit. No shade. I'm about to come at some people and y'all not gonna like this. Single moms, please stop talking about it. Please. There are single moms that you was raised by a single mom, James. I mean, shit, I was raised by a single mom. I didn't have the best mom, but she didn't complain about being a single mom. She just did it. When I saw her with her friends, it was that nosy kid listening in. They was talking about what happened on Oz and The Sopranos, not worried about complaining about, you know, baby daddies and things like that. So it's
My
like
thing is this, and I'm gonna allude to that. I'm gonna allude to your point. My thing is this: you have the choice.
Thank you.
You have the choice. I know a lot of women do not want to hear that, but you have the choice. If you don't require a man to protect himself, who is the only one in the equation that can end up pregnant?
Mm.
And when he decides to roll his ass down the river and leave your motherfucking ass with them babies, who is the one stuck raising them? You. So I don't want to hear you talk about I'm a single mama every 5 seconds when the shit is convenient for you to bring that shit up. It is stupid.
And
At the end of the day,
you
knew that man wasn't shit when you got with him.
Thank you. Because that's
So
just what I was going to say to add to your point. She literally, first of all, I think this is a modest karma. You got with your ex-boyfriend's friend who introduced you guys while you were in a relationship. You got with them. Then you decide you want to have a baby with them. She says she thought that he wanted to be a dad. But when we watched and met Alan, the first season we saw him, he made it very clear he did not want a baby when she had the miscarriage. He was happy.
Right.
He was happy. So Amada, be accountable. I'm not going to dig into it, but you literally got what you asked for.
Shout out to Naya. No, we're talking about Amara La Negra.
Yes, Amada La Negra, but we may that's why them two is friends or was friends, whatever they got going on. What's up, Naya?
They some because they do the goofiest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this once before. I don't know which live we were on. I don't know if it was my channel or your channel, but I said this. I said, ladies, y'all need to start being smarter than this. Y'all need, and the reason what I'm saying is, start giving these men their babies.
Yep.
Start giving these men their babies. I get that there's an attachment that you have, but when you guys want the odds to be even, you got to start letting some of that stuff go.
It's a control thing because then half of the fucking bitching and complaining and it's so hard, then we won't hear that as much, and then it'll be like, okay, so why are you still tripping on this man? So I'm just
I start giving them their babies. I'm telling you because I've seen people in my family do it.
Mm-hmm.
Where they got, trust me, the men had their babies. They did. They did not. The women in my family didn't play that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't.
One of my cousins, he is raising his kid. He split him and his wife. They got a divorce. Mm-hmm. They had 5 kids. Most of them was small. My cousin, he still got their kids. She, they mama, she talked to them. She has a relationship with them, but she gave them kids right to my cousin. She sure did.
Absolutely. I knew a girl. I worked with a girl. She did that shit too. She had 3 kids with her boyfriend. He cheated with another girl we worked with, and yeah, it was a small ass world. So she always wanted to go back to school. So she said, "You know what? You want to cheat? Here are your
Mhm.
babies." I went back to school, and she pays the $200 of child support weekly for the kids. And
Yeah.
she said it would have never been fair had I had him full time. I want him to see what this feels like. What is he
Mhm.
gonna do with that kind of money?
But to do
Exactly.
that, you got to actually be over the man. Just saying. So you can't
Exactly. And
want
yeah,
him
and y'all
because
and half the time y'all women ain't over these men. That's why y'all do this
that's
shit.
the problem. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Lord. But move it all, because unfortunately, there are what every mother has to understand is where there's a single mother here, there's probably 1,000 of you literally just up the road from wherever you live. So,
Right.
Marta, please stop. At least, unlike other single mothers, you've got abilities and blessings, the ability to make what some of us make in a year in a photo shoot sometimes. You never know. Anyhow, next thing we see, Lord help us, is Shay goes to meet with Mama D. I love Mama D. Everybody knows that. Me and my husband, we are huge Mama D fans. She is funny. She is pure comedy. I don't care what nobody says. She is pure comedy. And that's why Scrappy's the way he is, because Lord. But Shay meets with Mama D. I was cracking up because Shay said, well, Mama D, I'm still trying to teach her boundaries. So she hit me up to see Shajaya, that is Shay's daughter. I'm cracking up because she gets to the beach and Mama D, where's Jaya? Now, Shay reminds us that the last time she saw Mama D was when she fell out in front of the boat. Last season.
She missed her calling, and she still has enough time to do this.
You know what I'm saying?
She still has enough time to do this. Mama D, become an actress.
Please.
You belong on one of Tyler Perry's films,
Yeah.
Angry Mama.
Yeah.
Whenever he creates it, Tyler Perry, if you create that shit, I promise you, I want my check.
Somebody
I know
needs
what you
to
gonna do.
hire
I know what
Mama
you
D.
gonna do. Yeah, I know what you gonna do. So you go, somebody go run this shit on your Twitter saying "Angry Mama" starring Mama D, and if this shit happen, I want my money. I ain't playing with y'all.
Not I want my money. I cannot
I
with you.
want my money, or I want you to hire me and I help you write the script. But I want some involvement because Mama D is missing her calling. The older she get, the more she missing it.
Listen, I don't know if I can say this. I love my mother-in-law, but sometimes she reminds me of Mama D. I swear to God. That is something I could see my mother-in-law doing, like falling
Mm.
out. Like I could see it.
I might got an auntie somewhere that might do
Auntie
this. That
somewhere.
might do this theatrics. Maybe not a blood related one, but I feel like I have like an adjacent one that definitely does. I just can't think of it right
Yeah, my mother-in-law is crazy. She said, I've only had one man ever try to put his hands on me. And she put me in the car. She said, we're going to take you a little further. I'm going to show you something. Why did this woman take me to a cemetery and took me to this man's plot, took me to his plot and said, this what happens to motherfuckers who play with me and my sons. I said, why am I here? Because mind you, the issue in the situation had happened 10 years prior. I said, why am I here? So if you know somebody like Baba D, I'm trying to tell you, you get it. Shay can't stay away. Anywho, Baba D has the toys for the beach. She is ready to watch that baby play in the sand. And Shay says she's with the nanny. She ain't here. They get to talking, and Mama D somehow knows that Shay is pregnant. Remember this fact for this recap. Shay is pregnant throughout this episode. Remember that. Y'all gonna understand why in a little while. So Mama D finds out Shay is pregnant, and Shay is like, what the hell? They really are friends. Her and my mama talking. And I love the friendship between Shay's mom and Mama D, because it really does seem like Shay's mom was genuine when she said, I wasn't always, the best to my daughter, but I appreciate those who can be there for her when I can. I just like that. Plus, opposites attract. What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
now.
Anywho, she gets to confessing and expressing her little feelings about her life and what she's going through to Mama D, and Eliza Rain comes up. Lord help us. Eliza Rain has pissed off Shay. Shay is upset, and what I got from this is it seems like during the time they were filming this, because we just came off air, I'm pretty sure that while they were filming, the last season that we watched was airing, because Shay says she went and watched back what was said on the show by Eliza, which was Eliza bringing up that damn Tesla that Mr. Fabian, you know, gifted Shay. Well, we think he gifted it to her. So my thing is, Shay mentions that she does not like that Eliza told her business on the internet, but Shay did not once deny anything about the Tesla or anything about Fabo. And Shay will deny that shit if needed. So that leads me to believe that the Tesla was not his to give. We ain't seen her in it or driving it. And I'm like, okay, so basically it was true. That stuff about Fabian. What the hell, Shay? So now Shay wants to address Eliza, which we'll see later down the line.
And this was, and before we get there, like before I saw the whole episode, I was like, why would you confront her over something
A
we
man
all been saying?
right.
It's something
Everybody,
you not denying that is true. First of all, what makes me mad is she wanted him, and they've already confronted her about this on the first reunion of this show. Why are you constantly coming after women for what men do? Because y'all don't remember season 1 when she jumped on Joy and grabbed her hair over Joy trying to, talk to Pleasure P. Y'all remember that? Not once did she confront Pleasure P about him seeing Joy. So it's like, why, if you didn't learn your lesson then, what is it going to take for you to learn your lesson about this? Because nothing she said should have been triggering if the shit is true.
Yep, exactly. And she made the comment, I get to finally address one of these haters who've been talking. You're not with this man in the time that you're talking about meeting up with this. I'm not fighting over no nigga to name mine. I'm just saying I'm not, except James.
Even if he
He's
was,
the exception.
even if he was mine, I ain't finna fight over that. I'm not finna fight over no goofy shit. I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm just never going to do that. I'm not going to fight over no goofy shit. Like
And I
that is
agree.
goofy.
She made the good point of they never blame the men.
No,
That is the problem with
because society has taught Black women to always protect them at all costs and never hold them accountable, never hold them to task, never hold them to be like they always say protect them at all costs because they're so precious, which all people are precious. It's not, but what the problem is that when you don't hold men to task and accountable, it allows them to continuously make y'all look stupid.
Yes.
Like we're seeing right now in front of our eyes on this television show. So that's what we're saying. If we held them more accountable, they would make better partners.
Thank you. Y'all don't be listening to my friend. He really be trying to gang y'all up. And I'll just,
But because I date them, that's the whole thing. That's the thing. And in my experience with me, I'm like, okay, I see what women are talking about now because it's it's the same shit in my land. It's the same shit. We deal with the exact same things.
a man is
It's
a man. Lord.
They really are. They have the same traits, and then sometimes they're even worse, especially if they just became this. If they just became this, then we got to undo the shit the women did because y'all held them on this pedestal and made them feel like they kings and shit. No, bring your ass back to fucking reality here. Clean this shit up. I'm not playing with you.
Yeah, I agree. Set tradition from a young age to be agreeable to everyone else but our own. I thought that was a nice way to pretty much summarize.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She needs to be a writer. Let me see. She needs to write us some shit. I liked how deep that was. She worded that perfectly. All right. Don't judge me, y'all. The next scene we got was these Hollywood twins, Asia and Deja. They were rehearsing. I don't care. I will not be recapping.
Why?
That. I'm not giving them.
Mona, hold on. Mona, why are these two ladies back?
I don't get it.
What are we doing with these two?
Trick must owe their mama some money.
Somebody owes somebody some money because I don't know. When I saw them, I said, wait, I know them make them little two girls from the elevator that was making all that damn noise.
Yes, it was, child.
Oh my God, Mona, don't do this no more.
Listen. She says, Nia Green says, I love to write. I'm just not professional. It's a creative outlet for myself. I write poems, still been writing them since childhood. Don't share it with nobody. As long as you're writing, that's a good thing.
Absolutely. As me being an author, ma'am, that is probably one of the best things you could have ever told me about yourself. Because you don't need to be professional to be a writer. even though I am professional, it wasn't something that I did as a profession. It was something I did to stay alive. So exactly. Writing keeps you sane. It does. It kept me
Yes,
alive
it does.
because, to share a little secret, I used to be suicidal, and writing was the one thing that kept me here. Because
Mhm.
if I didn't get rid of these dreams by writing them down, it was going to take me out. So I honestly can appreciate it. So thank you for sharing that with us. Had to go deep in my soapbox because I love when people tell me that. I do. It is, I'm an author of 2 books that are out in stores now. I have a lot more to give y'all. I promise in life I do. It's just creating the money to do it. That's just because it takes a lot of money to publish. It does.
It's and especially as time goes on, we got it. What my husband say, we got this shit way harder than our parents had it. Listen,
Hmm.
things are so much more expensive. Naya Green says, thank you to James for sharing. She is glad that you are here and made it, and that is not easy. And thank you for having empathy about hearing
Absolutely.
that.
Thank
People
you.
don't like
Yes. Thank
speaking
you.
about suicide, so be kind to those who do speak about it, because you probably
Mm.
speak the life of somebody who just watched it. Um, I hate to go from something like nice in a good moment to like talk shit.
No, we have to because this
What
show
the
is some
hell?
bullshit.
Okay, the twins, we get that. But why was Big D there? First of all, y'all not gonna like me for this, but I'm about to say, in the words of Nene, I said what I said. This guy, Big D's, talk about he's a legend in the industry. He is. I've heard of him. He's worked with people, but in recent times, the only person who he's worked with who's done something with their careers is a song he produced for the City Girls. And that to me is not an accolade or anything to be proud of. They make music that's catchy or for the club, but
I felt like they got famous because everyone turned
they
their
lack
song into a
talent.
challenge, and yeah,
That's
people turned
pretty
it
much
into
what it
that.
is.
I thought that's how they got famous. I could be wrong. I don't really.
And the other thing, the producer makes the beat. They may edit the track. They may help you with promo and stuff. But ideally, you would be talking to somebody from A&R, not the fucking producer, in terms of Big D, because he's making it seem like he's just a big guy. The City Girls, you may have made the beat, but in order to bring your beat to life, somebody had to write them lyrics. Somebody had to engineer it to sound right. I don't like niggas like Big D who act like because they've worked with some people that they're doing more
Naya,
than
I'm
they're
not doing
actually
this
doing.
with you tonight. I'm not doing
I
this
can't.
with you
She
tonight.
said, I can't with his name, Big D. I feel like his name is a lie. Listen. Overcompensating for something. Whenever dudes say, I got a big eggplant emoji, whenever dudes rap about how good they are in the bedroom, I feel like they're not, and that these are the dreams that they have within themselves. And I hope that they make their goal one day. She said, no, you don't have to behave.
No, you don't have to behave because I thought that in my head. That's why I was
Big
like,
D. But he
I
always
just
sitting
feel like
lounging. He looked like he stank too, like his breath smelled like cigars
like
and catfish.
I feel like it don't even matter about your size. If you got to lift your belly up and ain't stroking right, ain't no point. I say what I say.
Oh my gosh. I I never. All right. Anywho,
I say what I
I'm
say.
sick of Big D bringing up Zoe Brinks to whoever will listen. That is all I wanted to comment on that scene. I am going to move on because he is ass. Watch your mouth during this review, James.
Somebody's woman just rolled her eyes. Yeah, because she knows it's true.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why
it
she rolled her eyes.
listen, Big D.
I guess.
You don't
I
seem like you got a
guess.
woman though. Anywho, moving it along. Child, this episode gave us a bunch of nothing. Eliza, basically, I'm not going to comment on it. We see a scene with Eliza. Basically, she's aware that Shay has a beef with her because Shay is petty. Shay has not grown up since Flavor of Love 2. And she decided to make a live to get back at Eliza for the things she said about Fabo that millions of others also said at the same time. The only part of this scene that was funny was Eliza's gay bestie. Shout out to the gay besties. You got to love them because they will read you for filth. Okay. They will read you for fucking filth. Shout out to Markel. That's somebody I know. He's one of my little gay besties, but he will read you for filth. That man said, it's crazy that Shay's even doing all of this. Girl, ain't nobody wanted you since Flavor Flav didn't even pick you. I said, did he just say that Flavor Flav? Because he didn't.
Where is the lie? Where is the lie?
He said, Shay, listen, I said it when Flavor of Love was on TV. This was before I met James. When Flavor of Love 1 came on TV, I remember hearing my mom say, because we used to watch these shows together, she said, look at this shit, Amina. Wow. Just makes me question my education. My mom's a therapist. She said Flavor of Love made her question her education. Now, when I see Shay on it at Flavor of Love 2, I was a little older, so I was like, I started to understand. I said to my friend Jasmine, shout out to Jasmine, I said, these women, they will never live this shit down.
Nope.
I said, we probably gonna be 40. And they still talking about that's the bitch I was on Flavor of Love. I am 31 years old. This statement was made at 14. This lady is still being linked to Flavor Flav, and he won't even take a picture with her.
I don't even call her name. I say Bucky because that's what I know her as. I know her as Bucky.
That was like the most demeaning thing they could have done. Was like the nicknames. I hated that. But
and mind you, these women were in their early 20s doing this shit with this old ass man, and y'all go sit up here and like.
Do you remember Buck Wild? It's time to get Buck Wild.
Yeah, I remember all of them. I remember because they all. I will still be disinfected if I was baby. When I tell you, I would have gotten everything cleaned and washed, and it wouldn't be every nook and cranny because there's no way. Hell, even with the lights off, there's no way I could do it.
Child, I feel there's like no breathe over me in my ear would turn me off, and the thought of him breathing on me bothers me.
There was an interview New York did. It was like way after she got off Flavor of Love, and they were like, "Do you think Flavor Flav is attractive?" And when she said yes, and I said, she said he's delicious to me. Like, oh, I still get chills, and I'm like, was it that good? Like, I'm trying to figure out. Like, you must ain't got no expectations of life.
I'm gonna say this. I do love New York. No pun intended to the show. But she's not someone who I would. Her idea of attractive is probably different from the rest of us. So I'm gonna leave it there. That's what I'll say. James is like, no. Anywho, moving it along. Zoe Brinks, her grandfather has passed away. Condolences to her family and to all were impacted by this man. I'm not going to go over the scenes and her discussing it. I think we should always be respectful, even when discussing shows, you know, even if they're on camera, just be respectful when people lose people, because it really does change their whole psyche, mental, and emotions. Moving it along. Not she was staring at the clock, waiting the clock out. Naya's on fire today.
She really is. I love it, though. I do.
Oh, my God. So Florence L. Luce meets with Marlon, her husband, to discuss family. And she basically... I didn't like this. She was like, you know, my kids are used to a 2-parent household, so him not being in the house is a lot. I grew up in a 2-parent household up until middle school. I have friends who have grown up in 2-parent households. Just because you come from a 2-parent household or your kids are in a 2-parent household does not mean that they are going to be better or that people with 2-parent households have it easier than someone who's a single parent. I don't like how she keeps bringing that up. And I'm not trying to negate the feelings of her children. I'm sure they are impacted by their dad being in the house, but there are millions of other kids going through it too. Please stop playing, because other kids going through it are actually having their parents break up. They're actually having to change like their life, their routine. They're impacted. Your kids are in the same house, you on the show, and y'all not even filed for divorce. So until you actually file for divorce, Florence, please stop. Please stop trying to use the kids to get us to feel bad for you. We don't. We just don't. I feel bad that the kids both have some dumbass parents. And I pray that the Miami school system looks out for them. But,
I pray that you raise your children to be above what you and your husband do. Because the fact that he's cheated on you
with your sister
multiple times with their, and not to mention their aunt and her little friends. I'm just thinking to myself, I would want y'all to bring awareness to your children to not be like this.
Mm-hmm.
To not be the mama who took him back after he did the shit, and not to be like the daddy who's felt like that was the thing to do. with her fucking sister of all people.
Yeah. The
I
whole
would hope
family.
y'all would teach your children that versus y'all worrying about the two of y'all just being under one roof.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing, this conversation was, to me, it didn't feel genuine. It was bullshit. Marlon basically says that he still loves Flo and that he is broke and depressed because she sees him outside sleeping, look like outside his restaurant that we saw last season. Here's what I didn't like. Marlon threw him working a 9 to 5 in Flo's face before they were on TV. Let me explain something to you, Negroes.
Please
Okay.
do.
Whether you with that woman or not, you would have had to work a 9 to 5 or a 10 to 7 or a 4 to 12, whatever the fuck you would have had to work. Working is a part of being self-sufficient. Okay. And if your spouse takes care of you, hell, mine did. I was a housewife for 3 years. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm thinking about going back to it because I'm sick of this fucking job. But listen, you have to work. You have to have some type of independence. You have to have some form of self-sufficiency. I think that's very important, not just for women, for men as well. So you can't throw that in anyone's face, any person. 2, you throw this in the face of the woman who's had 5 of your children. We forget she got a whole tribe of kids and they're all by him. So she has, somebody's got to take care of the kids.
Right.
So somebody had to work. So you don't throw in the face of your woman your responsibilities as an adult, not even just as a man. That annoyed the shit out of me. But I also was like, then again, I don't know if these people are really dysfunctional or if it's the show. But I just want to make that very clear to anybody who's like confused. Like, be self-sufficient, working a 9 to 5. Don't throw that in anybody's face. He also said it's her fault that he's homeless. Basically, he's not accountable. He wouldn't be homeless and he would still be married to his dingy ass wife had he not cheated on her with her sister. That seemed to be the final straw for them. The sister and the kid he has that she didn't tell her about or something. Just a mess. What did you think of the scene? That's all I could really say.
Yeah, I've already read her for filth already. I've already read him for filth already. I don't really care because I don't believe this shit in the first place. I believe everything is fine. I believe they still are in that household with each other. I don't believe none of this shit.
Yeah, it seems like she's preparing us to see him come back into the house, but I bet she's in the house the whole time.
And if that's the case, Mona, if we see this, just to let you know, these people are not safe in my eyes. I will be cussing them out in the next review or 2 if I see this shit, because it's one thing to play in our face and it be believable. But the fact that y'all are playing in our face, it is goofy as fuck. It's like, did y'all even try? Because Marlon, what would have been wrong with her seeing another guy when you'd have been up and down her family tree? What would have been wrong with that? I'm just asking. I'm just asking because the fact that y'all are sitting up here, is she over here dating this girl and being goofy and shit for the TV show? What would have been wrong with her dating somebody else? Were you to have been intimidated? Because that man probably would have treated her better than you. I'm just saying, I'm just asking because I feel like this is the shit I be talking about. Y'all women need to stop falling for this shit. I promise y'all have the upper hand if you believe you have the upper hand, because you do. You do. That man ain't gonna be shit without you. You make the family. You make the money. You were on this show because of you, not what he did. We didn't know who the fuck he was. I had an idea of who you were.
She's jinxing herself. Rashida came on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 1 as me and James listened to some of her songs in high school.
We sure did.
Her music was actually, believe it or not, doing something, and we thought that she would be the next female, rapper to get there.
Absolutely.
Comes on Love and Hip Hop. This man does all this bullshit. Now nobody knows her for anything other than being married to the guy with that thing on his neck, and being the example of what no one wants their marriage to be, being an embarrassment to women. Like, now Rashida gets more negativity than she does positivity or being known for what she does.
For the art that we knew before there was a Love and Hip Hop. Because let me tell y'all something.
In the flow.
Let me tell you something. Bubblegum was probably one of the shows they played out at our school dances and shit. They did. Like, they played that shit out. So to see 5 to 6 years later this situation with her happening, and then years and years beyond that, still being an embarrassment with her. It's like I am just flabbergasted by it. I thought I would never see
Yeah, she don't even
this
talk about
happening.
music in her storyline
None,
whatsoever.
none whatsoever.
They so
Not to
busy.
say that I cared one way or the other, because I didn't like her music to begin with after Bubblegum.
I didn't either, but I listened to it at a school dance.
Actually,
or
I'm gonna take that back.
behind the bleachers in high school.
I'm gonna take that back. The music she has with Kalina Harper, I do like that music.
These hoes don't represent me.
No, but I'm just saying, like the music Rashida has with Kalina, I wish them two would have worked out their differences, because together they could have made a whole album, and that should have went platinum, because Kalina's voice is beautiful.
Yeah, but Kalina writes, produces, she does a little bit of engineering. So Rashida just would have essentially showed up to record. Like, let's call it what it is.
But it would have been fine though, because the song that she wrote for Rashida, that We Be Making Love song, that shit was a hit. It just didn't get the airtime it was supposed to, because we could look past this goofy situation with her and Kurt. That's why
I'm trying to tell you, though, Flo does remind me of Rashida more and more, and not in a good way though.
Yeah, just Marlon just a lot more sloppier than Kurt was. It's just that's just
oh yeah. Shit, Lord, say that again. Shit, he don't care. He doesn't care.
Because I'm just like, it's. I hate to see a beautiful woman put herself through something that she knows she could do. Like, if she really understood herself, she would know she doesn't deserve that. You don't deserve your husband sleeping with your sister and then have to be forced to take him back.
If more women either ran to the church or to a therapist instead of to the dick,
I disagree with the church thing.
They could save a lot of time. I say that because your feelings are your feelings on church, but for a lot of people, that's something that is important. And I know a lot of people who'll be like, I need to go talk to my pastor or a counselor. So for the people that's important, I'll say whatever. If you run to wherever you run to where somebody
that's better.
You or work on it, including the church for those who go, because we have to be respectful of what people believe and don't believe and all of that.
I get, for that aspect, I get what you're talking about. But the problem that I have sometimes with those situations is they kind of bring you in the direction you're running away from. So that's why I'm kind of like,
not all the time. That's putting one thing on all churches.
No, not all the time. No, not all the time. No, my cousin's pastor. No, I know they're not. No, they're not.
Those who do that, run to the church, run to a therapist, hell, run to the gas station and ask the clerk working for advice before you run to the dick. And that could save a lot of time.
There you go, Nadia. That's what it is. She said it better.
For the non-scamming aspect, yes,
that's better.
That's what I'm speaking of. I don't just affiliate negative with that. I don't even go to church though, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't been to church it's been several Sundays.
I tune in on YouTube because I got used to that on like
that's more than I do.
I got used to that because of where we were in 2020. But I do tune in. Yeah, because
I ain't even listen. I'm a burn because I ain't even listen.
You are not gonna burn.
The Lord knows my heart. He knows it. He knows I'm crazy, but I'm good-hearted, y'all. Anyhow, Super Cindy, her day has come. Super Cindy Day. Such a creative name. I'm being sarcastic. We see Crazy Gael. We see these twins. And I already knew once I saw Gael and them twins in the same building that it was going to be some bullshit. Right. Now, the twins, they're just not talented. They're just not talented. And I want them to get a new boob job because they don't move like ever. Them twins and Erica Mena have titties that look like pebbles at the bottom of the Russian River. I mean, the shit does not move.
They look like if they turn left, that shit will knock you the fuck out. And I just feel like, no, I don't. I see if I bring up Erica, man, because the first thing I thought was that damn vein in the middle of her forehead that I just want to just. Like if I ever have to give her an IV, I'm going right for her forehead.
I'm done with you, James. I'm
Like
done.
I'm seriously, I'm gonna put the syringe right into that forehead, and I'm gonna put some tape right there, and I'm gonna just say relax. Even though medically you're not supposed to put it there, but still, that is a strong ass vein, and I promise you, that's exactly where I will put her. If I ever had to give her an IV, that's exactly where I'm gonna put it.
You know what? Side note, this is so random. When my husband's like pissed, his vein does the same thing right there. And I'd be feeling bad. He'd be like, this motherfucker got me pissed off or something. It's rare that it happens. But I'm just looking at that vein. I'm like, they did what to you at work? Uh-huh. I got a needle somewhere. Lord,
Just about to say, just hope I'm not the preventative medical specialist that's treating you, because I'm gonna tell the nurse to put it right in that forehead.
put it in.
Yep.
It's satisfying too. I was in nursing school. They had us doing the taking blood. I was like, ooh, when it comes out. I love it. I love it. I love it. Naya said, not the close up. Lord, let me get off of the veins. That vein is something else. But the twins are not talented. I don't feel that they're talented at all. We see their performance. They literally 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
It wasn't
1.
even that. It was like,
It was bad. When Trina had to tell them, make sure you hold the mic to your mouth, I was, because it doesn't matter if you performed or not. One would think usually new performers have it too close to their mouth and it sounds all muffled.
I'm gonna say it like this: music ain't for everybody.
And it's not
Music
for
is
them.
not for music is not for everybody. It really isn't. Music is not for everybody. There is millions of ways you could be a millionaire on this earth. Millions of
Thank
ways you can do it. This is not one of them, ladies.
you. Please
I
stop.
want someone to tell y'all the truth. And I feel like nobody's I get, and that's another thing, because people are like, don't kill someone's dream. I don't feel like that was their dream. I feel like they want it easy. I feel like a lot of y'all, music is
They
not y'all
blew
dream.
up on
You want
TikTok. That's
you
it.
want yeah, you want a way out of poverty. We get it. We all want that. This is not the way, Sway. I don't care who you know in the industry.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't care who you know, because if it was meant to happen, it
But
would.
Trick Daddy, they uncle. And it from what we've heard, him and Joy's finances so fucked up because they taking care of half their whole fucking tribe of family. So I don't know. I agree with everything you're saying. But I feel like, oh, I hate to do this. I know some of y'all like their music, but rappers like the city girls that, like
Oh,
one of my
I thought you was talking about them twins. Who like that
no,
shit? Oh,
rappers like
oh.
the city girls, they can't really rap. They don't talk about anything of substance or value. Their flows don't change. Nothing really exciting happens within their music. And they kind of lowered the bar when it comes to especially female rap. I'm not going to go too deep in it, but I feel like the twins are trying to align with the era where you look good, have the body done, look like you got shit, and people like you, but they just have no talent. And I stick by that. And Trick Daddy, please stop trying to help them. The next person who performs at this event is Zoe Brinks. I'm tired. I root for Zoe, but I'm tired of her complaining. I'm tired of her complaining. She really has the emotional maturity and bandwidth of a 14-year-old. And I'm not saying that to be shady or to throw a jab.
No,
Like
we need her to get help. I need her to
the
get
way
help.
she handles shit was childish. You're
It's
performing.
like you missing 20 steps. Like it's like she literally goes from 0 to 1 million. Like I need you to have steps in between, and I need your anger and your argument to make sense.
Not
Like
build a bear. She's on the roll of
no,
Zoe.
no, I say that to be for real, but back on Zoe, I need her to compartmentalize better.
Yeah, she's
I
emotionally
do.
immature.
Yeah, I need y'all to like what I mean by compartmentalize is that when someone says something to you that may not be constructive, you don't have to attack. Listen to what they're saying. And if it doesn't feel like it's something in you that you agree with, then just say, well, thank you very much. I respectfully disagree, but we can move forward. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to go to 1 million in the highest degree and get angry. Like, that's crazy. What she did
But
was crazy.
Zoe's performance was a disaster. The vibe, first of all, the Super Cindy Day was low budget. She had them in what looked like one of the little event centers that you book for the Sunday to have a baby shower. You know,
I couldn't tell you where that place was,
no,
to be
I'm
honest with
like Miami. This is all you could do. You could have put it outside. You could. There's so much more they could have done. But Zoe
you.
comes
No,
on
she
stage.
couldn't have did it outside. Not at the time they were filming this. No, she couldn't have.
Listen, they had that music festival on the hottest day in Florida outside that Flo performed at. So
I
I
feel
say
like
anything but where they were at, because the stage. Zoe complained about the stage. She said, "Oh, this is slippery." Now the other twins came up there. I did see people in tennis shoes and things like that. If you're not in like a legit like theater, stages are going to be slippery. Prepare for that. Zoe's coming in there after the funeral. I understand her emotions, but to stop everything after being announced, you stop everything to pull your dancers to the side, and then you sit down in a chair. And then her performance was awful. She gave no vocals. The song was not good. The crowd was looking at her crazy. It was awful. I Zoe's just not professional, is what I'm saying. And she needs to work on that. She's going to be in her own way for a very long time until she gets it together. And then at the end of the performance, you tell everybody that the song is dedicated to your grandfather. Why? Listen to the lyrics. Why would you dedicate that song of all your songs to your grandfather? I didn't feel that was I don't know who's. It's good she's on Love and Hip Hop. That's what I'll say there. That's what I'll say. So next thing we see is Trina after the performances. We see Trina and Gael talk, and it goes okay. Trina's like, "You look much prettier when you talking, normal." And behind Gael is this lady, Hot Topic, who was in an earlier scene with Mr. Big D. And I guess Hot Topic and Gael have issues. It seems like Gael know the whole fucking
no,
city.
I swear. Hell, but was she once the mayor or something? Like, can someone tell me? I'm new to this city. Was she the mayor or something? She know every goddamn body. I was like, damn.
Miami must be small because
It is. No, it really
okay, that makes sense.
for it to be large like it is, the the celeb status is very small here. That's because it's expensive as fuck to live here. So
Okay.
yeah, no, the
Yes.
celeb status is very small.
Because the Bay, y'all, I'm from the Bay Area. That's where I'm at, born and raised. So James is from there. He's elsewhere, but the Bay is pretty big. And when you look at where you're going and how you're traveling, so it would make sense to go places and be like, "Oh, I don't know nobody there. I don't know nobody there." Makes sense, but I don't know. Miami I'd be like, everybody know each other. Everyone's connected. Anywho, Gael sees Hot Topic. Gael says she's a liar, she's a booster, and she's a scammer. And I don't like that bitch. I'm like, oh my God. But peep game. Gael will say the worst things about a person because she's mad at them, right? She's a liar, she's a scammer, she's a booster. But you was cool with her at one time.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
What
man,
does that say about you?
where does your loyalty lie? Like at the end of the day, what did she do to you that made her all of that? But 5 seconds ago, y'all was best good girlfriends, and now all of a sudden
she's a liar, a booster, and a scammer. I'm like, Gael, okay with Gael. She's kind of funny to me. She's funny as hell to me. She's
just theatric. It's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna get from her on a scene to scene. It was like, damn, you just went there. You just went for the kill.
Just went all the way.
Okay, like, what the fuck, man?
Gael's funny as hell to me. I just laugh. Like, what she doesn't realize, people who are so angry or feel like I'm gonna always speak up because that's what boss bitches do. Gael gives me that energy. I don't think they realize how goofy or stupid they be looking because I just laughed.
Well, here's the thing, and that's the thing. I tone it down, but when you have very like eccentric facial expressions, you don't need to be theatric at the same time in every moment. Oh,
we don't like those fake teams. I cannot. Listen, she's so angry. Gael is angry. And I'm looking at their mama, but I be cracking up because when Gael's going off, Flo doesn't get it. This is Flo.
No, she get it. The problem is, no, that ain't that type of look. Flo, like, oh my gosh, she is really about to make a fool out of me, but I can't say nothing because she gonna release another man, another woman that my husband has slept with if I do that. because that's how that shit started.
That's actually true.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like she don't want no more cracks out of the seams of this marriage. So she gonna shut her ass up this time. Because when you didn't shut up and you got into it with your sister, she let all that shit leak out, including
Listen.
hers. So that's why I was like, damn.
Shout out to the cameramans that love hip hop. If you ever peep, the cameraman for Love and Hip Hop are the shadiest cameramen that exists.
They
will
are.
zoom in on the botched BBLs. They will zoom in on the face of the sister that should be calming her down, that's just standing there like this and her mouth open. Bitch, close your mouth if you're not gonna speak.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, get your sister. Just get her. At this point, she real wrong, real strong, and I just cannot deal with her anymore. Like, get your sister.
Please.
Instead of you just looking at her with your mouth open. Get your sister.
Please. Lord.
Because you ain't that damn confused. Y'all was raised with each other. I'm sure she did this shit when she was 16 too. Like, come on.
Women fighting at a women empowerment event, and it's just like, oh, again. Anywho, on to the next scene. Amara La Negra is upset at Alan's live. Alan is her baby daddy. In Alan's live, he says that he has not abandoned his twins. He says that Amara is lying. And in my opinion, I'm sick of the drama between Amara and Alan. I'm not going to go over it too much because, in my opinion, Amara should not have gotten with this man in the first place, and this is all her karma. I also, based on how he was with the kids he has in the Dominican Republic, how he was available to be flying away from them kids to be with her in America, to make another kid, you had a transatlantic, whatever the fuck you want to call it, relationship that started in a shady way.
Right.
So the man showed you he didn't want to have a baby. You got pregnant. He was happy he had a miscarriage. And your ass decided to get pregnant by him again. Amara has daddy issues that are way deeper than any of us can imagine. If you watch this show, then you have an understanding of that. So I'm not going to go into it too much. But I believe Amara and Alan. I don't think that he has entirely abandoned the children, but I also don't think that he is there for the children in the way that a mother or a father should be there for their child, especially at the small age of her kids.
Right. I 100% agree with that.
But, what they say, you lie down with dirty dogs, you're going to get fleas. And, she got fleas. Bitch, go buy some Advantage, some Frontline. Figure it out. Spray some peppermint and essential oils, but I don't want to hear about this or see it. Amara is on this show not interacting with other cast members. I like Amara La Negra in the past, but I just don't understand why she's still on this show. I don't really care about her baby daddy drama. And the only way we could care if it was interesting is if she would keep it real and be accountable on her part.
Right.
But she insists on painting herself as entirely innocent. Hell, even Rashida was like, yeah, I worked a lot and I wasn't having sex with you. But Amara has not been accountable for not one thing. She does not deserve, to have a father that's not there for her kids. The kids don't deserve it, but they're not innocent. And then multiple people are saying similar things about her. She wants to look innocent. She wants to look good. She cares what people think. So I don't know. I'm kind of over it. Her hair's been fun this season, but that's about it.
I don't know. I just feel like for me, looking at her, it's just like, yeah, your disdain for other women, and then the way you like thrust over these unavailable ass men like Safari Allen and what was Shay's brother's name? Well, he was available. He was just broke availability, but it was just kind of like, I'm just tired of you always pointing at everybody else and not looking at yourself.
Yep.
This is your time to self-reflect, because what you put out there is what you get back. And it's ironic that you keep ending up with the same kind of men. It's ironic.
If you're aware of the daddy issues you have, you can also actively work towards, changing those things and
resolving. You necessarily can't change what happened to you, but you can resolve that it affects you. And when you resolve that, when it affects you, you learn how to move differently when you're aware of it. I think that she's not aware that this is that's what this is. I don't think she's aware.
This girl is aware. I think she's fully aware. I I don't think she's as innocent as she wants to say, but I definitely think she's aware of it because she's spoken about it and all those things. She's very sweet. She has, slight issues. We all do, but stop lacking accountability. We're not going to accept it. I'm tired of it. I don't view her as an angel. I'm not saying she's the devil, but she's definitely not innocent. Moving it along to the last scene of this hot mess. Shay and Eliza meet up. Shay says she wanted to meet up. She wanted to check the bitch, as Shay's old ass says. Y'all have to understand, Shay Johnson is not a young lady anymore. So the fact that she is still trying to fight people while pregnant is baffling. Now, she meets with Eliza. As soon as Eliza comes to this restaurant, which I looked up, it had good stars, but the food looked nasty. Just saying. But I've heard Miami has bad food, but that's another thing. Anyhow, they get into it. Shay brings a turkey baster with her. She talks about how Eliza Ray turkey basted hip hop star Future, his kid. I mean, she didn't even have to do all of that. She could have just sat on it. He has many women.
I'm telling you,
they get into it though.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Shay throws a turkey baster at Eliza. Eliza throws it back. I've never seen two women play catch while arguing, but I have seen it. That turkey baster got ping-ponged back and forth across the restaurant a few times. It was mostly Shay coming at Eliza. Eliza did try to leave and wasn't really trying to fight Shay. But my thing is that we all have to remember Shay was pregnant. And Nia Green pretty much said that. Where they do that at? And I actually had a coworker who got mad at my supervisor and a customer who were disrespected her. This was years ago. I was working at Petco at Emeryville. She was pregnant, like very pregnant, to where she had a stool at the damn register. She got fed up. She said, bitch, y'all think you gonna try me because I'm at this job? She went and pulled a pillow out of her car and tucked it under her belly and said, it's nothing to tuck this pillow. Bitch, let's go. Let's fight. I said, wait a minute. What the fuck? She fought a customer with a pillow tucked under her belly because she was pregnant. I said, what the fuck? Kind of, she whooped her ass too. Went into labor early also. So
that's that Bay Area shit for you. I'm telling you.
I'm trying to, girls from Oakland, when they mad,
ain't no stopping. Ain't no stopping them.
She walked out to her car. Can you watch the register, Amina? I've had it. I thought she was quitting. So my dumb ass walks up to the register and stopped my inventory. I start ringing out the other customers. She came back in there, put the pillow under her belly, tied like a little rope thing around so it would stay, and took off on that lady. I said, damn, in the local Petco. True story. Oh, that was an interesting write-up. Yes, I have to write you up, Bree, because can't do that. I don't regret it though. That's all she got was a write-up. They didn't fire her.
They didn't fire her. Well, the goddamn. That customer must have been on one, because I promise you, I've had moments like, that's why I couldn't do like face-to-face customer service like that anymore, because I know me. Ain't too much I'm gonna take. Ain't too much. Ain't too.
I'm back working with customers. And they're pretty chill, most of my customers. But when I do get like a bad customer, I'm like, I got a motherfucking degree. I don't even have to go through this. I'm just waiting because I might be wanting to move states or move it. So I'm like, let me not, I like to be stable when I get to the field. But sometimes these people be like, let me be analyzing people like, oh, and nothing I say gonna help your bitch ass. I'm just look at you like you're crazy. Anyhow. Shay and Eliza get to fighting. They're hitting each other with turkey basters. Security gets fed up and is going off. Here's the thing. They're both throwing jabs at each other. Y'all are both literally famous for being hoes. I'm just going to say that. Let's just call it out there. Shay is famous for sharing a crusty little man with 20 other women. Okay? And then she went to another less crusty man, ergo her relationship with Mama D, and tried to be with him, got embarrassed again on national TV. Then she chose the crusty man who got chunky. Now, Pleasure P in high school, we loved him. Girls loved him. I don't know what the fuck happened when he came to Love and Hip
Yeah,
Hop.
that's a lie. Them girls look spectacular. They was not into him at
I know a lot
all.
of girls who liked pleasure. I didn't.
Really?
Yes, a lot.
Because let me tell y'all something. I was coming up in Mount Eden. Them girls was all over spectacular. They was not over no damn pleasure. They
But them
wasn't
girls at Mount
until
Eden
he went
also.
solo. Until he
But
went solo. That's when they started getting into
them
it.
girls at Mount Eden, they don't fully count because they dated the boys at Mount Eden. My ass went to
True.
the internet
True.
and got the fuck. I said, "Oh,
True.
this is the selection here. Oh no, I shouldn't have got kicked out of the school district." I said, "What is Hayward?" Anyhow, but they both have their issues. Shay went from crusty nigga to mama's boy to another mama's boy to get mistreated by Fabian, who's like a combination of all of the men she's dated.
No,
And
he's the
then Eliza
worst.
Rain, I ain't forget about you on COVID being on Tory Lane's private jet while people was talking about how you done sucked off multiple niggas on the private jet. She's literally been seen sleeping with different people, trapped Future to where he took her to court and they had to get a paternity test to prove if the baby was his because even the judge didn't believe that it was his. So I'm just like, here's the thing. They getting at each other, but you're both low-tiered, low-quality women, is what I'm trying to say. And you can't insult each other for a bunch of shit that both of you have done. I'm not saying judge people. I got friends who's hoes, like actual hoes that's charging, unfortunately. I got friends that's bops and just, they just don't know how to keep their legs closed. I don't judge that shit. But you can't go off with another hoe about how she's a hoe while you a hoe just like that hoe. That's all I'm saying. It was like two hoes fighting.
Yeah, you can't. I agree.
James is like, there's no way.
There's no denying that. I was trying to be like, well, but no, I agree.
They're one of the same. They just hoe in
Yeah,
different ways.
I was gonna say one more thirstier than the other, but hell, then I had to think about it. Hell, they both was just as thirsty because ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna have a baby with a motherfucker that got 12 of them motherfuckers and ain't taking
If
care
you
of none
got
of them.
more, like if I was to end up single, if you got more than 2 kids, for me personally, I don't want you. But if you got like at least, if you got 2 kids and 2 baby mamas, I don't want you either. I just
It
don't
would
want you.
it would depend. It would depend for me. Like it would depend on a lot of different factors because I can't say no because my lifestyle is different. A lot of the times it is men in these situations that have multiple kids that was really trying to prove a point that was stupid, listening to the
Yeah.
little ratchet ass uncles and shit. But no, because that's exactly what the fuck these motherfuckers be doing. Oh, you just need you a woman take care of all that, man. I heard that
You
shit so much.
sound just
I heard no, because I heard that shit so much. And I'm like, that is the stupidest shit you could ever tell. So, what is a baby gonna bring into his life? What type of epiphany is that gonna have on them?
no.
What kind of epiphany?
Why did I
Huh?
miss the comment from Naya? They wanted his voice, not his face.
You're not ugly. You just not. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so done. Let's see. If you got a sports team, I'm looking at you weird. Why you
Yeah,
keep
I ain't say all. Yeah, I ain't say all that. I don't know. I think my limit is 3. I think my limit is 3 because somewhere deep down, but once again, it got to be with the same person. It cannot be. You can't have 3 different ones or 2 different ones.
right? I can't be
I
dealing with
only. I
Keisha,
only want to
Wanda,
deal.
and Latrice on different
No,
days.
and
I
hell, I
can't
don't.
do it.
I don't even want them. Hell, bring me Michelle. Michelle, what you doing, girl? Come help me stir these greens and fry this chicken up so we feed these kids. And come on, we gotta take this baby to the ballet. We gotta take this baby to soccer practice. I need productiveness.
Right.
Like that's what I
Right.
need. Like I
Yes.
cannot have goofy shit. Like I just cannot do it. I am too old. Do not have time. I don't. I don't. So yeah.
Uh, but that was the episode. Listen. I've already accepted the fact I might not monetize on YouTube, but I'm finding other ways to make money on the internet. So I'm totally fine with that. I'm talking my shit. These whole what we supposed to do?
You gonna monetize. You're gonna monetize. They like this shit for the most part. It's when you start appealing to them other audience that do endorsement. That's when they're Morse.
Morse code.
I'm not doing this with you.
Beep beep beep. She's hella funny. Thank you for being here, Naya. Shout out to Exo Vaca. Shout out to Mr. Oso Tenda. Shout out to everybody.
Yes, y'all keep us here. I promise you, y'all do.
We will be back tomorrow on my channel. I'm so
on her
used to
channel. I'm not. Yes, I get a day off from this until I pick up more stuff, and I'm gonna get more content on my channel, y'all. It's hard. I work a lot, so yes,
That's
I'm
what you're supposed
busy.
to do, though. At least you work.
No, I need something to be productive in my life. I need something that brings me enjoyment. Y'all, adulting is not the business. It just isn't.
Adulting is raggedy, trifling, and overrated. But you know, we're
Unless
here.
you, unless you're somebody who do it right. Somebody give me the secret. What's the secret? Somebody give me the secret. I was just talking to one of my friends because he just opened up his own firm. I said, "What's the secret?" He goes, "Nothing. I just did say no." I said, "I don't say no at all." I said, "Yes, it still end up getting fucked somewhere down the line. What the hell do you do?" Is the question. That's a different conversation for a different day. That y'all, yeah. Yeah, no, he made me mad when he said that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? That is not the answer, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm telling y'all, they are keeping entrepreneurs and people who get constant like income going on vacation all the time and shit. They are doing something that they don't want to spill. I promise you.
Absolutely, because none of them can really have
yeah, come on, like it is not that easy.
They give be the same.
Talk about ain't no damn debt. That's someone said they going ain't no damn debt. Because I know I have a friend who is constantly on vacation and he sells insurance. Like it's like I make it make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Insurance makes you good money. Who did that?
They do, but at the same time, it's like there has to be a secret behind it. Because when I tell you I signed up for that shit and couldn't make a damn thing, it's like no, there's a see. It wasn't meant for me. That's what I'm saying. That life wasn't meant for me. I know what's meant for me, but damn, it just costs. That's why I'm on you. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But that's it. I'm gonna shut up.
Lord help us. Anywho, that's about it for this recap. But we'll be back tomorrow for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and then we'll be back day after tomorrow for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I appreciate all of y'all. We do have lots of music reactions. I've been getting Fiverr order galores. So I have lots of Fiverr reactions that will be uploaded to the channel this week. But I appreciate everybody for being here, including James. Adios, y'all.
Y'all, see y'all later. Bye-bye.